Hello, everyone. Today is Monday, April 11th, 2022 at 6:53 a.m. So, the motel neighbors right at the moment, um, they just slamming their doors, slamming their vehicle doors like, boom. You hear it? Y'all probably don't hear it, but I hear it. But the air conditioner, um, you know, the air conditioner is It's probably overriding the sound of them slamming their car door. It's like every 2 or 3 seconds they keep boom, 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 stuff like that. So, I know for a fact that I didn't get to sleep well at all last night, and it's like I know that me being I shouldn't be fearful, but me being scared about this coming Friday, about having to go back on the streets. Um, it's like I want to try to nip the habit in the bud. Like I ended up, like basically within the past off and on for a few days, I pretty much relapsed with eating foods I shouldn't eat. Eating, the junk food in the snack machine, you know, as a bad coping mechanism because of feeling anxiety about having to go back out on the streets. But I said, I don't want to become re-addicted to that kind of food again. And yesterday, earlier in the day, I thought I was strong enough to not go and eat it. But I ended up eating it, and and it's like I felt like as if you know because it's like when I was at the other motel. I mean it no, it was the hotel, not motel. Extended stay hotel. Um, at the Hospitality Inn, you know, I used to go to a snack machine like maybe probably about twice a week or so. But then I had been trying to avoid, going to the snack machine for a long time. And I did like maybe 4 times since maybe 4 times since being here. And it's like I feel like I don't want to be, you know, because I've been doing good for a long time, but feeling anxiety also about a lot of different things. So, and then usually I would eat like 2 snacks, but yesterday I had like last night. It was before 10:30. I ate later than I usually been eating, and eating I had 3 snacks last night, but it was a small bag of chips and one of those almond granola bars and a Twix. I mean, it's like what got into me, but I haven't had Twix in a long time, and I was a little disappointed that they didn't have the peanut butter flavored grandma cookies, but I guess I would have been better off without it. But And then, it get into my head about, the narcissistic online perps condemning me and calling me greedy. And just making me feel, anxiety and insecure about food and stuff like that. And the regular online perps as well, the fake TI perps and the regular perps. But, they got complaints about, oh, all you do is talk about food and stuff. Well, why don't you go on every YouTube cooking channel and tell them stop talking about food? Or every mukbang or every food review channel, you know. But they just want to choose me to pick on. But, I've been trying to stay away from the bad foods for a long time. But I felt like as if I relapsed and compromised, especially with me not having that much money or any place nearby to be able to eat healthy. And I don't even have, of course, I don't even have the money really to, even if it was to order fresh fruits and vegetables, order healthy food from DoorDash or anything. The healthy food, I have very little left. Well, I have, like yesterday for dinner, I ate super healthy and got full off of it. And then later on, was feeling anxiety and depression, and then went and self-medicated with, a small bag of Cheetos. Yeah, Cheetos. But it was a small bag of Cheetos and like a, granola bar and a Twix. But before then, I had like a small bag of Cheetos and a grandma's cookie, a couple of times this past week. And here, I just have like another granola bar and a small bag of Doritos. And now, like, feeling like I hate myself. But I figure since I bought the small bag of Doritos and the granola bar, I might as well eat it. But it's like I think that the more people condemn me and call me greedy, say for example, okay, if I buy 5 snacks, I might intend to eat like maybe one snack, twice a week and try to taper off or better myself. And then I hear narcissistic lectures about my weight or being greedy or whatever. And then I end up feeling discouraged and feeling depressed, and then just eat everything all in one sitting, But I've been trying to avoid people like that. And the same people who preach positivity are the same people who spread negativity. If they want to say, oh, be positive, stop dwelling on the past and stuff, but they'd be the first to throw negative old stuff in your face. And use that as a weapon against you. They don't care if it's something that, if you're 38 years old, a mistake you made when you were 2 years old, they'll still throw that in your face. Excuse me. So, but, yeah, yesterday I ate late because I woke up late, and I ate, what did I eat? Oh yeah, farina and pineapples, canned pineapples. And then I had, for dinner, I had the purple sweet potato with a spoonful of coconut oil and honey. I drizzled some honey on it, and and also I had some of the last of the corned beef that I put in the freezer. and then I had the last of the fresh mixed vegetables. But I have a bag of frozen lima beans or something. It's in the freezer, and I have one more piece of chicken breast, and I have a can of corned beef. I didn't realize that corned beef and beef brisket were the same. Um, I just recently found that out, but I figured that, even though beef brisket is not eaten, it's not eaten um, during breakfast time. To me, it's like the way it's sliced and all the fat on it, and it's so greasy. It reminds me of beef's version of bacon, but beef brisket and stuff or corned beef is usually eaten during dinner time. Not well, breakfast can eat. What am I saying? That sleep deprivation is getting to me. I meant to say bacon can be eaten at any meal, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Um, but I don't like bacon, but I like beef brisket. But I take the fat off. I don't like the fat on any meat at all. I don't like the fat on chicken. I don't like the fat on beef. I don't like the fat on pork. Um, so um, even on lamb and stuff like that, I really hate the chicken fat. I gag on the texture of it. But so much the fat part of the skin on bacon. That's why I don't like bacon, but I'll eat turkey bacon. But I mean, I like turkey bacon, but I don't get to really eat turkey bacon that much. But well, last night I didn't get to sleep well at all, and then I don't even recall having any sleep. I may have gotten very little sleep, and it was as late as almost 6 o'clock this morning, and me trying to doze off or trying to get me some sleep, and experiencing demonic nightmares the instant I try to doze off and fall asleep. Like it'll be like demonic images in my head um, that make me fearful and too scared to try to go to sleep. I'm like, oh, they're starting that up again. So I am sleep deprived. I got very little. I may have gotten, as I said, I may have gotten a little sleep, but you know, um, so they got some things I wish I could talk about, but I can't because you know, or certain things I mean that I wish I could say, but I can't. But it's really a nightmare. You know what I have to go through and stuff like that, and I mean I tried everything I knew how to do, or trying to survive the best way I could, and people thinking that that they can play God and judge me and condemn me or dissect me or inspect me, um, and I'm always considered an F rating in everybody's book. Um, but I thought it was just me saying that, but they had this guy, he was saying the same thing, that people will inspect you like a resume nowadays, like, and I've talked before about how narcissistic abusers, they do stuff like try to inspect you, um, you know, And I mean, about I mean, I've talked before about how narcissistic abusers do stuff like, um, you know, they might be the reason why you end up with conditions like anxiety disorders, yeah, I'm gonna say it, eating disorders, anxiety disorders, and depression, and OCD. And OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, is a type of anxiety disorder. And I heard that there is a such thing as a compulsive overeater. But, I haven't done that in a long time. But, but I know some people might think that even 3 small snacks is too much. Like, I just did that last night, but twice this past week, I had 2 snacks. But, I even bought the snacks from the Asian market nearby, a couple of weeks ago. But at least those Saba banana chips, they're at least healthy. Nothing junk about them. But those pretzels, the chocolate covered pretzel sticks, I couldn't stop eating those things. They were addictive. But I just feel like, you know, at every opportunity to try to survive, I just, you know, being blocked and hindered. I mean, I don't know what will happen today or this week. I mean, I tried to shoot my shot at again trying to pick myself back up again from discouragement and try to, apply for more jobs. And the online perps would do stuff like, oh yeah, y'all really think Candy went looking for a job, or y'all really think she been filling out them applications? And it's like, I have y'all blocked. And so, they're just being malicious. Very malicious. And, that's how you know they're working for the devil. But they think that they're doing God's work. But I mean, they deluded and convinced themselves that they're doing God's work. So, I mean, I felt like I'm emotionally beating myself up over what I did last night. Like as if I committed a sexual sin that I couldn't forgive myself for. Or emotionally beating myself up, feeling like I committed such a terrible sin by, eating Twix. I mean, of course, when I was younger and didn't know any better, I would eat Snickers. That was my thing. When I was a whole lot younger, during my teenage years, Doritos and Snickers, like it was nothing. And not realizing that that's bad for you or it's killing you. But I noticed the difference though when I had the purple sweet potato with the coconut oil and the honey, and also the brisket with some the barbecue sauce on it and the fresh vegetables. I got full and was held over, for a few hours. But after I ate the what do you call that? The farina and the canned pineapple. It's like 30 minutes later, I was weak and shaky and hungry and felt like I wanted to pass, like I was about to pass out, like feeling very weak. So I noticed it's like But I hear the thing about the empty calories and lack of vitamins and nutrients. That's why you can't get full. Um, but I know I did notice a difference, and it's like it's not a good. I mean, it may taste good, but it's not a good feeling. But I don't know, like the grandma cookies, I was craving it like a drug yesterday. The peanut butter flavored grandma cookies, but they ran out, and I damn sure wasn't gonna get any oatmeal raisin. I like oatmeal cookies, but not with raisin in it. So um, so I mean, but it's like I'm sick and tired of the narcissistic online perps, commenting on my every move and stuff like that. And it's like when I post up YouTube videos, the no matter how right I am, it's like the thumbs down on every video is guaranteed. But I've been getting certain videos where I might get like over 100 views and nobody gave me a thumbs up, or I might have a lot of thumbs down, like 9 thumbs down. And it's like, well, I know I didn't say anything wrong. Um, but when you stand up to a narcissistic perp, they want to say that you're the one with a lot of hate in your heart, or you're the one that's harboring hatred, or being negative, or can't let go of the past, or you can't forgive. But they're the ones who, you know, they have hurt you for no reason, based on false things that they've heard about you from your past. They would rather make themselves your enemy on purpose, and torment and harass you and bully you, and think they got so much power over you and stuff. Um, they're vibrating me, just started vibrating me at the moment, but they didn't vibrate me that bad last night. But last night I laid there and I had like a lot of unwanted intrusive thoughts. Uh, um, so I felt like I wanted to write, like I feel like I have a few narcissistic abuse topics in mind, um, to talk about, and also my mind is not equipped to work on the big fiction book or the non-fiction book. So I've been just doing micro projects, like writing on personal essays and stuff like that, or the short stories I've been working on. But it's like I'm sitting here feeling like as if I'm fighting for emotional comfort, and the perps are psychopathic enough that for me to end up back on the streets, that's funny to them. It's funny for me to be on the streets with no money and stuff like that. And I want to say in advance, the ones who have helped me out, thank you so much. And I just hate how the online perps, they brainwash other targeted individuals to falsely believe that, oh yeah, you donate Candy some money and then she'll go and talk bad about you and block you and stuff like that. And I have done that to, as I said, people who show themselves as a perp. It's like they might act like they want to offer me shut up money, and with no real help, or they make like as if I owe them something in return. But I did a thank you letter on my blog to the people who genuinely and sincerely cared and wanted to help. But if I had a money making opportunity just to survive, you know, that could nip the begging and panhandling and the fundraisers. That can be nipped in the bud if I had, my own way to survive. But, at the moment, I'm basically living off of literal crumbs and pretty much pennies. Not that much at all. The tax refund check is gone. And it's gone. And I have very little bit of the Social Security money left. And it's not even the 15th yet. So, I mean, I'm, I really think it's very messed up that, with the agencies I mentioned yesterday that won't help me. And then there's really no shelters out here for single women. And if there were, then, I couldn't even go to those. Well, a lot of the times they be full anyway. So, the only way I know, I've been trying to write, hoping that, I can make a living off my writings, but the perps won't allow that. And so, um, I mean, as I said, that it's a struggle to survive, and the perps, they want to try to force me to die. And yet they're targeting and trafficking, and they making money. Some professed targets have some tips and tricks on how the perps can make less money off of you, or how they can torture you less and stuff like that. Some people say, "Oh well, get you a van and move around, stay moving around, and get you a van and go boondocking and." Get a GoFundMe and go live off of donations and stuff like that. And those same people who was saying that, a couple of years ago now, they want to say, I did it. I didn't even get the opportunity to, you know, stay in a I don't have a way to even get a van. I don't have the money, and you know, but it took me a year and a half, and I ended up with like less than 1,500, not thousand, but 1,500 over a span of a year and a half with that other GoFundMe. So it was about a year and a half that it took for me to get like $1,500, and the online perps walking up and down aggressively demanding where's that GoFundMe money and stuff like that. And then they make false assumptions that I spent it on luxury eating and hotels and food and stuff like that, when that's not true. I may have spent it on like the GoFundMe money, spent it on, whatever hotel I can afford, not 5-star expensive hotels, because I would, I was trying to, and then they falsely say, well, Candy expected to get that use a GoFundMe for a brand new luxury car. And I never once said that I, you know, you will not see brand new or luxury in the GoFundMe explanations that I've had, you know. But $10,000, was what I was trying to raise, hoping that I can get stabilized permanent housing or a business or whatever kind of vehicle I can get to better myself. So I mean, if you know, but it's like if I put up a fundraiser, people would just press the heart button on Twitter. They didn't what I mean they be selfish and stingy and don't want to retweet or spread the word. And I feel like all y'all fake. Y'all are fake. Don't even press the like button if you feel like you don't want me to get any help. So that's how people they're all fake. And fake and do not care about your dire situation. And then they want to, make their own false assumptions about you in order to try to justify, why they feel like you don't deserve any help. Again, them trying to play God in your life, saying that, basically making it like you don't deserve help or whatever. But it's like if you any permanent place you try to go to, that you gotta put up with them hitting you with directed energy weapons bad enough that you can't even stay there because they're killing you. Well, where you gotta go and live then? So I'm screaming out for help. Yeah, I'm trying to get attention too, bastards. No, I'm not trying to get no attention. But I'm trying to get the word out there, about how hard it is to have to suffer. And, the smear campaigns lies and false rumors ensure for me to, they think I deserve to be punished with suffering. And they make it like they want to teach me a lesson. Like they want me to learn a lesson. And they want to make sure that, oh, you're going to learn the hard way. And you're a narcissistic perp using God. Trying to say that, God, that God sits high and looks low. And trying to bully, harass, and lecture and threaten me. Like, you cuss me out from A to Z and threaten me. And then, make death threats at me and get gangster and ghetto and cuss me out and threaten me. And then turn around and say that, oh, you're going to learn the hard way, or you have a lot to learn. Or say that God sits high and looks low. Or they'll say that, oh, God, if they see you suffering and miserable, they want to say that, oh, well, God works in mysterious ways. Or they'll say that, making like you get what you deserve. Or they'll say that, if me speaking out and standing up against a narcissistic perp or a fake TI perp that flipped on me, and if I speak out and expose them for the dirt that they've done and the way they have mind controlled and manipulated and confused me, then they have the narcissistic lectures that when I end up suffering, after their smear campaign to to cover up for what the dirt that they did, they will do stuff like trying to bully, harass, and lecture me and say that, oh, you reap what you sow, or they'll be like, karma's a bitch, ain't it, and stuff like that. Well, karma is the fake new age perversion of the Bible saying you reap what you sow, or they'll try to say God is not mocked. They'll be twisting the Bible scriptures and trying to use the Bible to attack me, and then act like as if they want to try to spiritually discourage me. So they act like as if they want to spiritually discourage me, from my Christian beliefs and stuff. And it's like this year, especially the first 3 months, it was a big test this year. Well, I'll say like the first 2 months was like a big test this year. And I've been mostly off to myself, but the way people are, as much as I've been feeling like, well, I need somebody supportive to talk to, but people have become scary and weird enough that I just want to run away from everybody. Feel like I just don't want to talk to nobody. But I hate when you talk to somebody and if they might have a certain phrases that they say all the time, or if they have like a certain speech impediment or something that they say that sounds weird, then I feel like I have to be like extra conscientious, hoping that I don't end up accidentally having the habit of talking like how they do. So yeah, I'm feeling, like I wish I had, enough help, some protection off the streets, and if enough people could help me. I mean, I wish that somebody loved and cared about me enough. If other person, if anybody else, someone else, can, if they were, you know, to put up a GoFundMe for me and get help and donations on my behalf, and if I can get like a tiny house or something built or something like that, because it's very hard, what the way they operate with the apartments and the houses and stuff, that they tell me my social security and stuff, the income is too low, and then there's really no affordable housing anymore. And it's like they would rather, it's like if somebody wants to do like a transgender transitioning, oh, they will get support, like on Twitter they'll get like 20,000 retweets, and they get all the worship and the help and everything like that for a luxury gender change that you don't need to survive. But if a tranny puts up a GoFundMe, for to get help with housing or something like that, oh, they get their help. But and then people will say, well, you're such a good person, and they'll be like, oh, what you get was very well, you deserve better and stuff like that, and oh, God bless you, and stuff like that. And but when it comes to a target, I haven't seen other targets have deal with having their fundraiser sabotaged. Um, if I haven't, if them having their fundraiser sabotage, or but as I said, and I keep saying that in 2019, plenty of targeted individuals were speaking out against targeting. Plus, they had Cash App, GoFundMe, and all that asking for help. But some targeted individuals, the popular fakes, they're able to exceed $20,000 within less than 5 days. But real target suffering, they can have a GoFundMe up for 4 years and not be surprised that, well, this person didn't have not one penny donated to their GoFundMe. But it's like, it's okay for people to have up a GoFundMe for, they can put up a GoFundMe for a luxury honeymoon. If they couldn't afford it on their own, but they want a fancy luxury honeymoon, and where's anybody to say that they're batshit crazy or basket case or insane? But also I've seen people who put up a GoFundMe for funeral expenses for a family member and get not one penny. Or people who put up a GoFundMe for a dying child and get not one penny. It's just really not fair. It's backwards. Or somebody, put a picture up, if they have, lots of tubes in their body and they're on life support or something. And, people don't want to help that person. But, you would rather put up a GoFundMe for a bunch of dogs having like an Easter egg hunt for dogs or something like that. How is that more important than, people dying or people suffering? But it's like people's luxuries, they get, they get more help, but I've had with my, previous GoFundMe, I've had, if somebody donate me $20 to that GoFundMe and say, here, treat yourself to a nice meal. And then, but I would be stuck in a bind in a corner to the point where I got no choice but to spend it on laundry or something like that. But they don't care. Those are people who, care about you, and, they wouldn't make a big fuss, about what you spend it on. But, I at least spend it on what I need to. And so, I mean, the GoFundMe money, it seemed like it would be, when I had it, it would be, towards spending it on, spending it on the, survival in a hotel or a motel because I couldn't get, a permanent place to live. But you would never catch me staying at a Holiday Inn or a Hilton or anything like that, or Hampton Inn and stuff like that. I could never afford to stay in those kind of places. But as I said, at the Sweet Dream Inn Hotel, it would be like $80 one day, and then close to 180 over the weekend, like 160 or 70 something over the weekend, and they did the price gouging. That was around, but that wasn't with GoFundMe money. That was with the stimulus money in 2021. That was with the stimulus check money that, they raised the prices on the hotels and the motels. Well, not so much motels, but the hotels and stuff. But where I'm at now, it's hard to even contact, you know, well, even before then, it was hard to try to contact to get a way to get in here. And I didn't know it was $365 a week. That could have saved me a lot more money if I would have, finally. I mean, but it took for me to be at the other motel to finally get a way to get in here. And, it's not bad here, to stay here. But the gang stalking electronic weapons that they're using to hurt me is what's making it. I mean, they just started that, a couple of weeks ago. But I'm glad that the vibrating wasn't really unbearable last night like it was the night before. But I'm just having difficulty coping with I'm hoping, I wish I could get to have help with getting to stay here for longer, but that doesn't sound promising. But every once in a while somebody might swoop in at the last minute and get me help. But churches will not help. Local churches and anywhere online, they will not help. If I were to ask any church for donations or help on Twitter, I get either ignored or blocked. Or anybody who has these fake Christian prayer Twitter accounts, they even refuse to help. And it's like certain even professed Christians are closed-minded and judgmental and just automatically make assumptions and then use God to justify their, selfishness or wickedness, pretending to be great people. And, trying to make you feel discouraged or like a failure. But, I'm just trying to stay safe off the streets and trying to survive. I'm not even trying to be covetous or greedy or anything. But it's like, it's very challenging trying to figure out a way to deal with this. But before I go, last night I thought it was that man with that truck again. But I deleted the video because I kind of found out it was a pizza delivery person delivering next door. And so I felt bad, and then I deleted the video. But the next door neighbors were getting some pizza. Shucks, I don't even have pizza money now. Can't even afford pizza money. But nowadays, in order to order pizza, no matter where you order from, it seems like as if the delivery you still gotta pay for the delivery, but they won't deliver at all unless the order is at least $15. But Jimmy John's, it can be any amount of money and they'll deliver. Even if it's $4, they'll still deliver. But Jimmy John's won't deliver in this area. No Jimmy John's wants to deliver over here. But, I don't even have Jimmy John's delivery money. I mean, I just have crumbs of money, you know, I think uh, a little bit over one roll, a little bit more than one roll of quarters that I'm saving to do laundry. And I have to pack up. But again, I've said, people might think that I'm entitled or asking for too much if I were to ask for help for more, for money, for more time to get to stay here, to stay off the streets, out of the bad weather, and also help with food, help with money for food and stuff too. And then I hear about World War III being imminent, and hearing about you know me hearing about World War III being imminent, and then hearing about food crisis, housing crisis, this crisis, that crisis, inflation, people saying stock up now, prepare now. And I don't have anywhere to store any food or much of anything. And so I don't know, I'm just really scared, about how to survive in the immediate future. And the fact that people don't want to help. And it's very hard finding a job. I've tried what I could. So I'm going to stop talking for now. And thanks for listening to me. I'm planning to do some more writing. I mean, my writing gets ignored all the time. Well, mostly, except for the obsessed perps. So, later on today, I hope to get to do some more writing on my blog and stuff. Maybe the Ko-fi thing, too. I try to make a couple of memes also, a couple of days ago on Ko-fi. So, thanks for listening to me. And I'm praying for all the help I can get. And I'll see y'all.